My name's Sean Cousins, and welcome to Athletic Radio. Our main focus is to help you optimize your health, fitness, and business by sharing not only our personal successes and failures, but also introduce you to some amazing guests. Now your mic's on. What do you think of the new intro?
It's very nice, Sean. Very tranquil. I feel very relaxed.
It is a bit tranquil. All right. Well, the idea of today, we got two exciting subjects to talk about. First one, we're going to do a frequently asked questions and a bit of an explanation on what the CrossFit Open is, because it is starting very shortly. And the second one is the first time that we're sort of announcing it to everyone, but we'll delve into it a bit later on, is going to be the CrossFit Athletic Regionals, which was it my idea?
No, it was 100% not your idea. It was all credit goes to Tash for the CFA Regionals.
Yeah, joint effort, I'd say. So let's just dive right into it while we've got everyone's attention and do a bit of frequently asked questions on the CrossFit Open. What is the CrossFit Open? How would you?
Well, the CrossFit Open's 5 workouts that are released online. CrossFit HQ are the ones that come up with these workouts. They're absolutely no different to what we train for every single day in the gym. There's nothing that can come up there that's really going to be, oh, geez, I've never even heard of that before. Varying lengths and exposure to sort of different I guess sort of energy systems in some ways, but most of them are called a long aerobic sort of stuff. You might get one RM at the back end of a workout, which would make 6 scores, I guess you could say. But, you know, essentially it's 5 workouts over 5 weeks. It's a great way just to, you know, see how you're stacking up against other people in the gym. It's a great way for you to see how you're going against other people in the world, but really it's just a great community event that everyone should take part in.
And over the years, it's changed. This year sort of changed a lot. Well, what was the point of the Open? Maybe let's go 2 different ways. What was the point of the Open previously, and what's the point of the Open now?
Well, previously the Open for a lot of people was to try and make the next level of CrossFit. So it was always like the first stage was you complete the Open, and then if you're good enough to make the top 30 or 60 or whatever it was at the time, then you got to take the next step to go to the regional level. So that's changed now because there is no regionals and it's sanctioned events. I don't think we need to go too much into that, but that's definitely changed. But that hasn't really changed for really 98% of the people that do the Open, which is just to experience, you know, a great community event, as I said before, and just see how they're sort of stacking up within the gym and around the world. So
when does it start? How long have we got?
It starts on the 22nd of February and then goes to the 22nd of March.
And what happens on the 22nd? Tell me.
So on the 22nd, the first workout will be released. It's usually around midday our time. We're all 3 gyms this year are going to do the workout on the 22nd, so the Friday night, unless for some reason you can't make that night. We'll happily do it on a Saturday or a Monday, you know, if there is reasons. But ideally, we want to get everyone in on the Friday night. It's what makes it, you know, such a good, fun event to be a part of and, you know, throw down with all your mates.
It is. It's probably it's the easiest way to get integrated into the community is by doing the Open, I reckon. You meet so many people. You meet your judge every week. You judge someone else. You get to meet the people that might do the morning classes. You meet them at night and vice versa. Definitely the best way to get sort of integrated into the community. If people do want to do it, how do they sign up? How do they get involved?
Registration should be out pretty soon.
It's open now.
It's open now.
Yeah, you can do it.
All right, awesome. So we'll have to get that link out to everyone, but we'll post the link. You just go onto the CrossFit Games website, sign up, or you can, you know, if you've already signed up before, it's pretty easy. All your details are still in there. If you haven't before, it's just, you know, email address, the usual sort of stuff. I think it costs $20, so that's what it was last year.
I don't think it's changed. I haven't entered yet, but I don't think it's changed.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it. That gets you a place in the Open.
Okay. So run me through a night. So I've entered the Open, first workout's released. I'm in on Friday night. What actually happens?
Well, first we have to decide whether you're doing it RX'd or scaled. So scaled's a division that's been brought in for the last probably 3 years or so. And that's allowed us to get, you know, a lot more of our members involved, which is great. So first of all, we need to know what you want to do, the RX'd or the scaled. We'll allow you warm-up time. You'll get yourself a heat. The heats we will release on that day, so we can never release them prior because we need to find out how long the workouts go for. Usually anywhere between like 6 and 20 minutes. So that's why we have to, wait until the workouts are released. We'll give you a heat time. We'll have, people standing around with clipboards and, to judge you because you need someone to actually count your reps and make sure you're maintaining the standards. And that is pretty much it. You're good to go.
So you said before there was the scale division. I just want to elaborate on that a little bit. So if the workout comes out and you can't do the workout or can't do a particular movement, what happens?
So if there's something in there that you really can't do, like let's say the workout was 21, 15, 9 thrusters and pull-ups, and you could do the 21 thrusters, but you couldn't do the pull-ups. We would say do the 21 thrusters. We will allow you to do some variation of the pull-up, so you can still complete a workout in the time frame. Let's say that was 7 minutes, but your score would be 21 because that's the number of reps you completed within what was specified as the standards. So we still want everyone to be able to complete the time frame that's put out.
Yeah, and the way I explained it, it's just like coming in for a Friday night workout. If one of the movements you can't do it, you don't get necessarily the points for us scaling the movement for you. You get whatever you do achieve, but you still get to come in, you still get to work out, you'll still be fitter at the end of it, it's still going to be good for you to do it.
100%.
What would you say are the main benefits? Like why are we sitting here talking about it and why do we always encourage people to do it?
Well, it is like such a great achievement for a lot of people to even just put themselves down that path of exposing themselves to that sort of, putting yourself out there. You are on stage, that you're with 9 others. There's people judging you for probably the first time for a lot of people. So, for a lot of people, it's just the benefit of like exposing yourself to something that's so foreign. For a lot of us that have played sport, it's still like, you're stepping out there. This is my 8th or 9th open, and I promise you all for that first workout, I'll still be a little bit nervous, and it's good. It's good to expose yourselves to these sort of things and those sort of feelings, because there'll be a lot of doubt. Am I fit enough? Can I complete this and all that sort of stuff? But those sort of like feelings of doubt, when you then overcome them and achieve them, there's no one that's ever finished the open that hasn't said that was a fantastic experience. I'm so glad I did it, and I'm so proud of myself for going through it all.
Yeah, I think you've hit the nail on the head. It's about exposing yourself to things that might make you a little bit uncomfortable, which as adults we tend to do less and less and less. We encourage kids to do it all the time, but then we always choose not to do it. So I definitely think that. Another reason I find is people always excel after the open for whatever reason. I can't pinpoint exactly why, but then it gives a bit of purpose around their training. They're like, oh, I didn't realize that I was really good at that, or maybe I needed to work on that more than I thought. Like you get a bit of exposure and self-awareness of where you're at with your training as well.
Yeah, it definitely gives you some direction, and then the following year you're kind of like, well, yeah, I'd like to do a little bit better than that. So leading in, especially those 3 months, you kind of, I'll keep the hammer down and keep pushing towards next year's open.
Another thing is the accountability. I know for a fact when you click that link, pay your $20 and sign up to the open, and you're doing a workout on the 22nd of Feb on a Friday night with everyone, you'll be less tempted by all the temptations that we have: food, alcohol, skipping sessions, stuff like that. Your accountability goes up because there is something looming that's coming that you're a little bit nervous about. So helps with your accountability, especially after the party season as well. So there's plenty of benefits. We probably could talk about this for the next 20 minutes about the benefits of doing it. Long story short, jump on board. This is an exciting one. So we talked about the regionals that had happened before, and now there is no more regionals. There's only sanctioned events. So what we've decided to do is put on a CrossFit Athletics specific regionals. So how it's going to work. From your scores in the open, we're going to have our own custom CrossFit Athletic leaderboard, which we'll put everyone in from all 3 gyms. And then from your scores in the open, we will take the top 20 men, top 20 women in the RX category. And then we're going to, on April 5th and 6th, put on a Friday night event, an all-day Saturday event, and then a Saturday night after party. And maybe you can tell them about the Masters, what we're going to do with the Masters athletes, because we know we've got plenty of them.
Yeah, so the Masters, we're going to take the top 15 male and female from 40 plus, and we will give them sort of, similar workouts to what the open guys are doing, maybe with some like little variations. And don't stress out if you're 50 plus, you're still going to have to compete against the 40-year-olds, but we might be bringing some weights on barbells and movement standards down a little bit to even the playing field, so to speak.
And obviously programmed by Paul Walton himself. Do you want to give the guys a bit of a layout of the weekend, or
it's going to be completely biased towards my strengths. So there's going to be not one single handstand push up in the whole thing. You won't be doing handstand works. Basically, circus stuff is out. It's all going to be barbell and running.
So what about the layout of the weekend? What does Friday night look like? We don't know events, but just give them an outline of what we're in for.
We're looking at doing 3 events, so like a 1A, 1B. You might be potentially getting a lift in there. And then probably a short little sharp piece.
On Friday night at Mona Vale Gym.
Friday at Mona Vale. Saturday morning, we're all going to meet at an undisclosed place. No spectators allowed, and we're going to throw a workout in the great outdoors at you. Then we'll all meet back down at Mona Vale Gym for probably like a 10 a.m. start or 9:30 or so, where we'll complete the CFA regionals with another couple of events. So you're gonna get a fair bit over the 2 days, but we also want to keep it in perspective here. We're not going to be giving you a standard regionals of 7 or 8 events and beat you down. We want you fresh for the after party and celebrations.
Like Wal said, the after party location to be announced, but the 6th of April we're going to do the presentation. So we'll be handing out the trophies and an after party on the 6th of April. Are you going to throw your hat in the ring? Have you got the men's RX top 20 across all 3 gyms?
I've been doing 5 days a week. I am primed.
Mate, you need to
watch yourselves.
You need 9 days a week. Have you got anything else to add? Well, CrossFit Open, CrossFit Athletic Regionals for the first time ever.
No, nothing more to add. Just the people that do have are having any doubts of like, should I sign up? Should I get involved? Just have a chat to your coaches about it. Have a chat to some of the other members that have done the Open. And just, I encourage you, throw your hat in the ring and really give it a run, because you really will enjoy the 5 weeks. It is a great time.
All right. Let's sign off there. I will put the link for the signing up for the Open in the comments below as well, if you're in the private Facebook page. Cheers, Wal.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you for taking the time to listen to today's episode. If you'd like to get in contact with us, our details are in the show notes. If you'd like to support us, we would appreciate you sharing this with someone you think will get as much out of it as you did. Don't forget to subscribe and leave us a 5-star review.